All right, guys, we're here with our buddy Rudy, our boy, and we're actually gonna. What's your YouTube channel, bro? Automotive Performance, no?
Automotive Performance.
Yeah, this guy's got the baddest GT500 ever. Look at it. He's top GT500 on YouTube. Or just because he doesn't have 100,000 subs, doesn't mean he's not slanging it, man.
That's on the stock wheels too, man.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm actually gonna upload this video real time. So, what do you got coming up on your channel? I know you got a racing event coming up.
Yeah, July 18th, we're gonna go to Pocono Raceway. We got called out by Iconic GT500, who is tuned by Palm Beach Dyno, has an 8-second GT500. So he called us out. So we're gonna be racing him at Pocono Raceway, and Sangmo's gonna be there, Street Speed 717. So hopefully we can get some runs in with those guys too. I mean, I just finished the build on the car. It's pretty much maxed out for build, so should be some good runs. Yeah, bro, it's got. You know what? I know your car's filthy, man. It's in 2 weeks, right? Yeah, 2 weeks. Dude, don't even wash it, man. Just roll up with the dirtiest GT500 there and gap everybody. You can't do that, bro. Gotta have it clean. Nah, man, you gotta show these guys how Cali does it, bro. with our stringent, so we got a smog compliant GT500. It's totally EPA friendly, and it's gonna race all these illegal automotive cars out here. Should be fun though, man. See all the car does. Heck yeah, guys. But yeah, it's just a little introduction. Super badass build. A lot better video quality than me, but go check it out. Like I was saying in my other video on if I should buy one of these, which is the white one or the Viper. That was one of the reasons why I would go Viper, because Rudy's kind of got this covered. And I could I wouldn't borrow this car. It scares me. I wouldn't want to blow it up or go bankrupt. But yeah, we're gonna go get some pizza right now, and we're gonna talk about the options in the cars. So stay tuned, and we're gonna be making a decision on our new car very, very soon. So we'll see you there, because our pizza's getting cold. What's up, guys? So we're here in the F. Our daily driver. A lot of you guys are like, yo, you still own the RCF? I'm like, yeah, actually. It's just like, what am I gonna film though? I haven't done anything new to it besides it's just purple now, you know? But all right, man, so we're gonna talk about some pros and cons about the Viper or the GT500. I guess first and foremost, I mean, you think we should hit the Viper or the 500 first? Shit, bro, it's a tough choice. Both cars are sick as fuck, as you know, but people gotta understand that we're not, you know, YouTubers. You know, it's just a hobby for us. We're businessmen at first. We're businessmen first before anything. Exactly.
We're like YouTubers like fifth.
It's just a hobby for us. So if you're looking at it as a business perspective and an investment, you gotta go 100% the Viper. I mean, that car's appreciating by the day. Limited production car. It's the last V10 Viper they're gonna make. So one, it's a badass car. It's an American supercar, has the V10, 600 and what did they come with, 660?
640 or 645?
640 stock. So it's fast as fuck from the factory.
3,300 pounds. Yeah, it's light as hell. It's a manual, which is a lot more engagement than an auto. I know some people can't stand you know, the automatic. So it's a purist car for sure, and you can make a ton of content with it without having to do much, and sit on it, and there's a good chance it'll appreciate. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that car hits 200K. I mean, will it? I don't know. Maybe, but it'll probably at least hold the value.
It'll hold value for sure. You won't lose on it.
Yeah.
You won't lose money on it.
Now, we're not saying you would lose money on the Shelby, because we don't know what Ford is doing right now, right? So like, if this ends up being the last supercharged V8 Mustang, and the next one say has like a hybrid motor or something, yeah, then the 2020s will hold. It will be the same scenario. It'll hold and it'll go up. But at this moment in time, we don't know, right? Like, we don't know. Like this car, the particular car I'm looking at left here, right? Yeah, left. Their MSRP, the MSRP on that car is it's 81,000, right? And I would be paying about 95, 96. So that's already paying $15,000 up. This car will be, say, 105 out the door. Well, if I want to sell it in 2 years and ask 12,000 miles, then what am I going to get for it, right? Like right now, a used one with 1,500 miles, it's like 95, 96. So with 12, it's probably a $90,000 car. But in 2 years, will it still? There's a chance it'll go down. Yeah, will it still be a $100,000 car? Will it be a $90,000 car? Will it be a, probably not, but will it be a $70,000 car, right? So like at that point, I lost money, right? Like, and it's not an investment. Cars aren't an investment, but because the Viper holds value so well, and it has been going up, I got to take that into consideration, right?
Exactly, and it's not marked up, so you're instantly losing the markup on the Shelby once you drive it off the lot. That markup that you paid is gone. So if you bought it for $105,000, $110,000 out the door because of a $25,000 markup, as soon as you drive that off the lot, that car just lost $25,000. You can't sell it for what you bought it for, you know, as a private seller. I mean, maybe you can, but I doubt people are gonna want to buy from a private seller and have a $25,000 markup, you know?
You could probably get a $10,000 markup on it, but you still lost 15.
You still lost 15.
Or 5 or whatever it is. And before you guys say, oh, well, just don't pay a markup, find a dealer that doesn't have a markup. Well, that's basically impossible right now. The way inventory is set up, there's just nothing out there.
Right here.
I see it. Okay, cool. I'll do a U-turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a markup is just part of reality right now. And do it here or up there.
You can do it up here.
But
so that's the pro of the Viper. That's the con of the Viper. Now, I mean, that's the pro of the Viper, con of the GT500, but
now performance, man, it's so easy to go fast.
Exactly. So that's the con of the Viper. It's expensive as fuck to make fast. It's expensive as fuck to modify, and you're gonna have to drop way more money in the Viper to make it anywhere near as fast as the GT500.
I mean, you could put nitrous on it, but yeah, that's not something I would want to do. I mean, you could easily run a damn, dude. G5. You could do a 250 shot for like $2,000 max, and I'm not gonna say you're gonna be with it, but you have a chance, right?
I mean, a stock GT500, you kill it, but now once you do a couple of bolt-ons, you do a smaller pulley E85 on a GT500, and those things are fucking moving out, man. They're fast.
Because a Viper with a 250 shot, headers, and the tune will make right around 850, 880 wheel.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good in a 3,300 pound, but then you got the dual clutch in the Mustang. You got all that going on, so performance hands down goes to the Mustang, especially because, you know, I can very easily get headers and
yep.
You know,
and I have leftover parts to give you for cheap. And
that's the crazy part. Like, he has leftover parts, and I can get a really good deal on those parts. So I would, like, right off the bat, I already have
that car would run 9s right off the bat.
Right off the bat, I already basically have the parts. Minus like two.
I have ID 1300 injectors for you. I have Division X fuel rails, and I have a 265 pulley. On that setup, I made a little over 900 wheel. I ran 10 seconds flat at 146 on 20s, and that was before trans tuning. So with a better rim and tire setup and trans tuning, that's probably like a 9.6, 9.7 car.
Yeah, so we're talking that, you know, all I gotta get is headers, a Lund tune, obviously Lund, and then an intake, and I would be running 9s, trapping high 140s, maybe 150 if I got lucky. Of course, I need a tire as well, right? But we're talking maybe max like 7 or 8 grand in mods.
Yeah, or maybe less, because I mean, I'd be giving you a good deal on them.
Yeah. And it's and that's right off the bat, right? Like
right off the bat.
I'd be like immediate. I just have a monster in my hands.
Yep.
I have 2 monster Shelbys, but and that's a major pro, right? And on the Viper, I mean, headers wouldn't be a big deal. Neither would, you know, a tune. But you got to remember, I have a warranty on this car, and we'll talk in another video. They had a problem with their blocks. Sometimes they were dirty, and they would spin bearings. Mine has a 10-year warranty. I have 3.5 years left. So I would actually be tempted to leave the car stock and just race everything stock.
So if you got a Viper, you wouldn't modify it at all?
Not performance-wise, I would wait
3 years for the warranty to wear out?
Yeah, unless I just wanted to be reckless and wait a year or two, then I would send it to Calvo, probably maybe start with a stock motor, CM1300, which is 1250 wheel. I mean, at that power level, like, I'd be getting gapped by a few sheepy cars here. I'd be beating them. Like, it'd be like a competitive power level.
It'll be fast as fuck, man.
On the manual, which that kit's $65,000. I mean, you already see the price gap in mods right there, right?
Yeah.
But you know, if I get the CM1300X, that's 95 grand, and I do the sequential, which is 20,000 more, then I'm making 1450 wheel with a sequential and anti-lag and all that, and
yeah,
that's when that car starts becoming a monster, right, with a built motor. But that's very expensive.
Yeah, unique
build, but very expensive. And of course, gotta ship it to Austin, get the, you know, Antonio Calvo to do his work. But now we go to looks, right? The Mustang, If I had that white Mustang, dude, I'd be stingy with that. Because the thing is, because of the value in my head, I'd be like, I'm already at a loss at that car.
Yeah.
So I would probably just get Mickey Thompson ET Streets on the 20s and run that. And then, like, based on your car, I wouldn't lower that Mustang, man.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be lowered at all.
On his drag setup, it's like borderline about to scrape.
It's perfect.
Yeah, like if you lower that car, you are going to be ripping your splitter off everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would do Anderson Composites, diffuser, front splitter, like all the plastic things.
Carbon fiber pieces, yeah.
Carbon fiber pieces. Wheels and tires, I don't think I'd change it, man. And it's like, and I really don't like the stock wheels.
I hate the stock wheels.
I hate them. So it's like, unless I did a setup like his, like all polished on the white, that would look sick. But how much were your wheels? Like 5 grand?
5 grand.
Plus tires?
Not including tires. With tires, the rears were 700, and then the fronts were another 700, so another 1,400, so 6,400 bucks for the rim and tire setup.
Then if I had that tire setup at that point, I'd be like, well, I want more power.
Yeah.
Then I gotta go get a return style fuel system and all the, like a lid and all this jazz, you know?
Yeah.
So, cause then at that point, with the tires and all that, I'd be in it about 13,000 in mods with the Anderson Composite stuff. I'm not even gonna count that. Performance wise, I'd be at least 15 grand deep. Unless I wanted to like be a big dick build, and then that's another 10, 20 grand.
Yep, exactly.
So there's that. And how much is the entire Anderson Composites?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the entire setup, but it's pricey, man. You're looking at over 10K for sure for everything.
So it's not that much more, because for the Viper, looks wise, I do like the options of the Viper better, right? I'd get 3-piece HREs or BC Forged 19s all around, coilovers, have it nice and stanced out. I would get an APR front lip, canards, and I would either get the Viper TA rear carbon spoiler, which is 2,500 bucks, or the really big ACR wing, which is 6 grand. And at that point, like, I just think it's like nothing you see on the road, really.
Yeah,
it's its own thing. So it has road presence.
They're both like that, though, bro. Honestly, you don't see GT500s on the street, you don't see Vipers on the street, so
you don't see 500s. But the problem with that is you do see Mustangs, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you do.
It is not the same car at all.
Yeah, it's not the same car at all. But
we know cars.
To the average eye, to them, it's the same shit. You know, any ordinary person is going to be able to tell right away the Viper's something special. The GT500, they're going to just think normal people can't tell the difference between a GT and a GT500 or a GT350
until they see the lizard. You see that?
The fucking lizard.
The lizard. It's not a snake, bro. It's a lizard.
Yeah. So.
But.
Definitely, man, it's gonna be an eye-catching car to you know the average eye. It's definitely gonna look more expensive. It's definitely gonna be more exotic versus the Mustang. Because at the end of the day, yeah, GT500 it is just a Mustang. So I mean, for me, I don't give a fuck about how a car makes me look. Like, I'm gonna get a Mercedes, a BMW, and make it seem like I got money. Like, I buy whatever the fuck I like. So to me, that doesn't matter. But to people, yeah, man, some people will choose a car just because of how it makes them look. You know, financially, it makes them look like they got money. It makes it look like it's you know, a more expensive car. But
that's why you had a bunch of people buying V8 R8s, used ones like a year ago for 50 grand.
Yep.
Right? They got a supercar, bro. 50 grand. Freaking Camrys are 50 grand nowadays. You know what I mean? Like get out of here with that, bro. Get out of here with your fake Rolex. But no, I mean, that is something to be considered. Like, I've had a Shelby GT500 before. I have a Shelby truck right now. It'd be really sick to have the yin and yang setup. But, you know, like, I've never had something like the Viper. I've never had a 10-cylinder. Like, it's just... So I do have the itch for that. And I did tell Rudy in the past, if I got a GT500, it would be a white one. Like, I just love him in white. So
the white on white spec. Yeah,
so I'm not being an elitist at all. I'm not being like, oh, just a Mustang. Like, I've had Mustangs. I've had Shelbys. Like, but it's just something I need to take into consideration because it's a fat markup, dude. We're talking over $100,000.
Huge markup.
Plus mods, bro.
Yep.
So it's like when you're spending 120, 130,000, like, you do have to consider these things, right? Like, you can't be like just some YouTube fanboy like, oh man, this guy thinks this is shit. It's like, dude, I'm not spending 20 grand. Like, yeah, it's a lot of money. But that being said, yeah, I mean, shit, when I see a GT500 on the road, like, it catches me by surprise. I'm just like, oh fuck, there's a lizard, dog.
The people
see how wide it is.
Yeah, it's insane, man. And what people don't understand is, like, they bitch about it not having a manual, but until you drive that car and you really feel how that DCT is, man, it's a whole nother level. Like, I grew up on manual cars, you know. I hated automatics growing up as well. But dude, once you get a car with the DCT,
especially with a trans tune, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, the way that thing downshifts.
It just bang shifts instantly, man. And it takes the car to a whole different level. Like, from the outside, it's a Mustang, but when you drive it and you're in the inside and you're actually, you know, taking that thing around a track or driving it at the drag strip or doing pulls on the streets, it feels like you're in a fucking supercar.
If they had that trans in the GT350, I think it would have been a much more fun canyon car.
Definitely, man.
But like on the 500, if it had a manual, like, you're gonna run into issues at the track with that much power to launch it. I think stock a manual one would have been really fun.
I wouldn't have gotten a manual. If there was a manual option, dude,
you'd be spinning more, you'd be losing races.
That DCT is just fucking amazing, man. Like, it is an amazing transmission. And
I wouldn't either. Just for the record, I'd get DCT.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, well, if it was a manual, I'd get it. I personally wouldn't. I'd get that car in DCT.
DCT is amazing, man. Until you drive the DCT and the GT500, I don't want to hear none of that shit about the manual's better. The DCT is fucking insane in that car. It takes that car to just a whole different level. So, I mean, even me saying that, I know people are still gonna bitch, oh, it doesn't have a manual, the manual. But at the end of the day, man, if you're trying to go fast, the DCT is the way to go. If driving experience and being more interactive with the car is your thing, then I guess get the manual.
Yeah,
but
you want to keep your warranties, a Sunday driver, you take to the canyons.
I don't give a fuck about that.
That's fine. Neither do I. I don't do any of the car meet stuff.
I just want to go fast. I don't give a fuck about warranty. If shit breaks, I'll pay for it. But DCT, in my opinion, is the way to go.
Exactly, man. It's a great trans, and with the Viper too. Like the manual's nice and all, but like once you start getting into like the 1600, 2000 wheel horsepower range, yeah, there's nth moto cars that have the H pattern manual, right? It's cool, but like after I think the 1300 package, you need that sequential, bro. Just like that pop that you do. Like, if you have that much power, it's because you're going to be racing competitive.
Exactly.
And if you're going to be racing competitively, you don't want to lose.
You need that edge.
Exactly.
And the sequential or the auto or the DCT gives you that edge over a manual car. Can't shift that fast.
Exactly. So final thoughts. What are your final thoughts?
I think it's tough, man. It all comes down to you know, what you want. I mean, GT500 is gonna be cheaper to make fast. It's so versatile. You can take it on the track, road racing. Yeah,
the seats. Whew.
You can road race it. You can take it to the drag strip. It's comfortable to daily drive because of the trans. You just pop it and drive, and it drives like a stock car. Drivability is amazing on it. I mean, my car's making over 1,000 wheel horsepower. It still drives like stock. It's just yeah, man. I mean, luckily for me, I got a good deal on one. So
right when they came out, you found a dealer.
Yeah. So if I had to pay $25,000-$30,000 markup, fuck no, I'm not buying that car. So it all depends on the deal you can find. So if you can get one for MSRP, no markup,
oh, I'd buy one. I wouldn't even question.
I'd fucking get a GT500 over a Viper any day.
I would get both if it was on him. People would be like, Ray, where's the Lambo? I'll be like, instead of buying a Lambo, I bought a GT500 and a Viper. Which, by the way, I saw one person comment that I had a buyer for the Super Snake. If you made it this far in the video, and he's gonna pick it up. He had to go on vacation, pick it up the next week. I was like, you know what? Nah, I want to keep this truck, and I was actually gonna use that as a down payment on a Huracan. And I decided, you know what? I want to keep the Super Snake, and I'd rather just get a Viper. With the prices on the Huracans right now, I will lose so much money when they go back to their old pricing, dude. Like, that's not a problem with the Viper. Plus, you see Huracans everywhere here. Not saying I'm not gonna get a Lambo ever. I'm just saying this isn't the time for it. I could have bought one, but I'd rather have the current fleet that I have now. But
so yeah, man. So back on my thoughts, it all depends on pricing. Me personally, I mean, I just like the GT500. I could have gotten a Viper. I could have gotten a ton of other cars in that price range, but I chose the GT500 just because of what it brings. So it all depends how you look at it, man. If you're looking at it straight as a business aspect, the Viper's going to be the better choice because there's a high chance it'll appreciate, and if it doesn't appreciate, then you're most likely not going to lose on it. So you're going to be able to make content with it, grow the channel, and if you ever do decide to sell it, you'll get what you paid for it, or possibly even more. So
And we're not YouTubers, so it's not like
we're not YouTubers, man. You know,
we're not making
our lives don't depend off of money we make from YouTube. So.
Money we make from YouTube, it maybe covers gas.
Well, I don't make shit. You do.
Yeah, you don't make shit. So. Yeah, so subscribe to him so you can start making money. But yeah, like the money I make, bro, like that'll cover the pizza we're gonna eat right now, right? Like this video will not even cover that. It'll cover the gas we used to get here. So yeah, it's not like this is this money coming out of my pocket.
It's just a hobby, man. Out
of my business. So like I do have to take that into consideration. My personal thoughts, it's really hard. Like it's not like an easy decision, right? Like I would love both cars. The GT500, if it was 10,000, if it was like a $5,000 markup, MSRP even $7,000 markup, I'd probably not even question it. Go with the GT500, and just the fact that Rudy has all these parts ready to go, like that's kind of nudging me, right? On that end, I've had Mustangs before. I briefly had a C7Z, but in my opinion, you can't really compare the Vet to the Viper, because with the Vet, they gotta take into account like the cheaper models, like the base C7. Like they gotta start their MSRP at 55. Like that's their bottom.
Yeah.
You know, and then the nice models just expand on that. Whereas the Viper has a full carbon fiber hood fender setup. It's just all one piece. The hood alone's worth 18K. The whole roof assembly, although it's painted, is carbon fiber. The whole trunk assembly is carbon fiber. They were able to use more exotic materials throughout the car because they didn't have to worry about a base car.
Yeah. The
base car is like what, 85, but you get one option, it's 100 grand. So that's what's making me lean Viper. It's just something that I really haven't owned yet, and the value aspect. However, if it didn't have the 3 years warranty left, I would be buying the Shelby, because I wouldn't want to buy that much, because I'm putting a substantial down payment on this car.
So you made a decision already?
What would it sound like?
It sounds to me like you're going Viper.
It fucking does, huh? And you know, for being a little thicker, she ain't bad. But
so you made the decision already?
I think so, dude. Fuck it. All right, whatever. I'll maybe put a deposit down on the Viper tomorrow. But if you didn't watch this much of the video, then one, you're not gonna be hearing this, but two, it's gonna be a surprise. I guess if you did watch this whole video, I suppose we're getting a Viper, bro.
There it is, man.
Let's go get our pizza, bro.
Let's go.